Don't stop.
You make me wanna say, oh, oh, oh my God.
We gotta fight, oh, baby, baby.
Oh my God.
Don't stop.
Everybody's looking for love.
Oh, oh, oh,
Tick tock.
Ain't that the reason you're at this club?
oh, oh,
We gotta fight,
Oh,
baby,
fight for this
you
love.
only get one shot.
baby.
So in love.
Don't stop.
You ain't gon' find a dance with him.
Can you hear me?
Tonight.
Got a better solution for you, girl.
Can't you hear me? Some people think I'm bonkers.
For this love.
Hey guys, so this is going to be my review on Revlon PhotoReady. Just to start off, all I have on my face is Revlon PhotoReady and a bit of eyeliner, so this is going to also be a guide to kind of how it looks. So first off, I'm going to start with things that aren't perhaps my favourite about this. So first off, if you saw my June favourites video, this was featured, but I talked about how there's just no shades. Well, that's not right. There is shades, obviously, but none of them seem to match anyone from any of the reviews I've seen. Like, it's really hard to find a correct shade. So mine's in number 3 shell. And, you know, it's close enough, but it's still a little dark for my liking. So you got that. You know, it may look too light on here, but it is actually a bit dark. Like, it's okay, but especially my skin gets quite dry, and sometimes so dry that it can highlight dryness. Like, yeah, so highlight, because it's darker, it will highlight it even more. So that's not the best, but I think I'm gonna buy number 2. I don't know what number 2 is, but the lighter one, and either just use that or mix them. Second is that it's not the thickest formula, but this is just my personal opinion, but when I put it on, it feels not necessarily heavy, but it definitely feels like I got something on at first, and it feels like I've got like a face mask. Okay, it's not quite that heavy, but I can definitely feel that I've got liquid makeup on. I usually can't feel it after an hour or so, but as soon as the Hong Kong humidity kicks in, all I can feel is it's quite heavy once. Like, it's so hard to describe, but it's not the heaviest I've tried, but I'd prefer perhaps a lighter formula, but then I guess it wouldn't have quite as good coverage. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my pros. I don't have the best skin. I'm still a teenager. I'm only 17, you know, so it does a pretty good job. Like, this isn't an HD camera, this is my webcam. Like, don't get me wrong, because that does definitely help conceal imperfections, but I don't even have any concealer on. What time is it? It's like 8 o'clock at night, so I am kind of tired. I have been up all day working, but you can see it conceals. It kind of evens out a bit quite well, and I have really red cheeks and quite a red chin. Just all my face is really, I get really red, and this helps to conceal it, which is really good. Another thing which people may find a con, but I think it's I don't know, sometimes it's a pro, sometimes it's a con, is that this can be quite glittery. And I'm going to put a picture in because you can't see it on my hand now, but like in daylight you can see glitter all over your hand if you just had like a bit of remains from your hand where you hadn't cleaned it before you put it on, whatever. You can see glitter everywhere. But the pro to this is that you can't see it on your face, but it just gives you like a nice kind of sheen. Not necessarily dewy, but not matte. It's like just shimmery. No, that sounds really bad, but so you catch the light in all the right places, basically, which is what this is trying to do. yeah, so I think it's pretty good. It's not my favourite. I really like Laura Mercier foundation at the moment. I got a sample and I've been trying that as well, but I really like that. Another pro would be the pump. PhotoReady doesn't have a pump. Everyone complains because it comes out everywhere, but this gives you a nice size pump as well, and you can kind of choose how much still, because you cannot do a whole pump kind of thing. You can do not a whole pump, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's about it, I would say. Yeah. So good coverage, nice finish, but limited colour range and a bit on the heavy side. Also, I have ridiculously dry skin, and this is oil free, so it's not the best for it, but if you have oily skin, this would probably be really good for you because it's oil free. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and yeah, just enter my competition if you haven't already. It ends on the 7th of July. It's international, and you can find a link here if I remember to put the link, and subscribe. Thank you.